contest. Again, there will be 1 minute of silence between each speaker. Our first speaker this evening is Roger Reynolds, Crazy Dog. Crazy Dog, Roger Reynolds.
Thank you, Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Crazy Dog. Crazy Dog was a beagle. He was the most skittish, unathletic beagle I ever knew in my life. I inherited Crazy Dog a year and a half after I met Crazy Dog. He was owned by my daughter, at which time he metamorphosized from a Ricky into Crazy Dog. My daughter got Crazy Dog out of the pound. He hardly had any hair on his tail. He had obviously been abused. We were in the kitchen at my daughter's house, Crazy Dog under the table. Somebody opens a can of soda pop. Psh, Crazy Dog. Psh, somebody's shooting at us. Out of the room, hiding in the table in the next room. Crazy Dog, it's just a can of soda pop. Say hi to Crazy Dog. Hi, Ricky. Don't hit me, don't hit me. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hit you, Ricky. Good dog, here's a treat. That seemed to calm his nerves. After a year and a half, my daughter got a little disillusioned with Crazy Dog. I was in my second marriage. We had 2 Springer Spaniels, but we accepted Crazy Dog. He was our third dog. And we had a much more dog-friendly environment for Crazy Dog. Crazy Dog's metamorphosis into Crazy Dog was gradual, but there were 2 milestone events in this metamorphosis. The first milestone event occurred after we had had Crazy Dog for 6 months. The year and a half he had been with my daughter, and the first 6 months he had not barked. Crazy Dog would not bark. The second wife and I were in the kitchen playing Big Boggle. We were at the kitchen table, the dog's underneath the table. And my evil stepson came through the front door. The Springer always barked at the evil stepson, and that's the only person the Springer would bark at. So we're sitting at the kitchen table, and we hear the Springer bark. Ruff, ruff. Then all of a sudden, we hear a sound we had never heard before. Ooh! The second wife and I look at each other. What was that? We look under the table, and there's Crazy Dog. Ooh! Warning us of this impending danger. After 2 years, we taught him to bark. What a glorious day that was. Call my daughter on the phone. We got Ricky to bark. This is great. The second major step in his metamorphosis to Crazy Dog occurred during an interspecies game called rope. Spike, the male Springer, represented the dog species. I represented the human species. Typically, I'd be at my computer in the bedroom, and I'd look over in the doorway, and there's Spike with a rope in his mouth, big old eyes, ears forward, and his little stub tail wagging 100 miles an hour. So I'd snarl, "Give me that rope." Spike, "Game's on! Time to change my rope face!" Purr. "Give me that rope." Purr. Crazy Dog was intently interested in these rope battles, in our epic rope battles. And one day, Crazy Dog just jumped off the couch and started running in circles around the living room. "Ricky's gone crazy. Hey everybody, look, Ricky's gone crazy. What a crazy dog!" And from then on, I just called him Crazy Dog. One of the highlights of Crazy Dog's features was his attempts to get on the couch. In our dog-friendly environment, dogs were welcome on the couch. For most dogs, getting on the couch is a 1-step process. They're on the floor, then on the couch. For Crazy Dog, getting on the couch was a 2-step process. Step 1, he'd jump up, get his front arms on the seat, and then step 2, he'd lift his back leg until the back leg just got up on top of the seat, and he'd pull himself up. Sometimes Crazy Dog misjudged his first jump, and he couldn't get his back leg up. This is hilarious. Watching Crazy Dog for 30 seconds, stuck in limbo on the couch. And he'd drop back down to the floor. So I'd say, "Come on, Crazy Dog, you can do it, you can do it." And he was almost always successful on his second attempt. Crazy Dog was my best friend. He'd follow me everywhere. He became my little shadow. I'd go down in the basement to practice the guitar. Nobody cared except Crazy Dog. I could hear Crazy Dog coming to visit me. I could hear his toenails on the steps. When the other dogs came down the steps, it sounded like this. Click, 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 click. When Crazy Dog came down the steps, it sounded like this. Click, click, click. But he went through this Herculean effort to come and visit me. I'd have my guitar case open on the floor. It had a nice soft inner lining, a bed for Crazy Dog, and he fit perfectly in this little bed. Later on, we got a fourth dog. We got a Basset puppy, and she helped Crazy Dog even become crazier. She'd come down in the basement. Of course, she wasn't there to see me. She'd come down in the basement. Is Crazy Dog down here? He's over in his bed. Let's play. So they would dog wrestle. Crazy Dog was way overmatched by this Basset. As unathletic as Bassets are, she was still a lot better than Crazy Dog. However, we could even things up a little bit by choosing teams, and the teams were always the same. It was me and Crazy Dog versus the puppy. So if I'd hold the puppy down so she couldn't fight back, and Crazy Dog just loved us. That's what I'm talking about. You just can't fight back. And he'd come and lunge and do his dog wrestling, and it was just glorious fun. Watching Crazy Dog morph into Crazy Dog was just delightful for me. Really enjoyed it. I don't have any dogs now. Since the divorce, I'm back living with my mommy. I'm not allowed to have any dogs, but I will. And the theme of this speech is if you provide a dog-friendly environment, there's no upper limit to the joy and companionship you can get in return. You may even find yourself with a crazy dog. Madam Contest Master.